If you are not legally protected in your business, you are leaving money on the table. Hey, I get it. The legal side of business can feel intimidating, but the good news is it doesn't have to be. If you want to build your business on a strong foundation, and if you want to know that your rights are protected when the unexpected happens with a client or a customer, then it's time to get legally protected. This means no more using free contracts that you downloaded off of the internet. This means partnering with a law firm that actually believes in your vision and can help you achieve it. This means legally protecting your brand so that no one can steal your good ideas. There are a lot of ways to grow and scale, but if you want to grow a strong business, it's time to get legally protected. If you're listening and resonating with this, then my signature service, the Legal Upgrade, just might be perfect for you. The Legal Upgrade is a straightforward, structured process to give your business the legal protection that it needs to thrive. Click the link in the show notes and schedule a call with me today. Hello and welcome to the Legal Upgrade Podcast. I'm your host, licensed attorney Christian Hammond. This podcast breaks down the legal side of business to reveal key legal strategies that can help you take your business to the next level. Please note that none of the following is legal, tax, investment, financial, or medical advice. Without further ado, let's get into the show. If you are about to buy someone else's business and you've checked their financials, but you haven't checked their trademarks, you might not have all the information you need to know if this is actually a good investment. My name is Attorney Hammond. I'm a trademark and business attorney in Washington, D.C. When it comes to buying someone else's business, everybody talks about the financials. They talk about how you need to look at the balance statement. You need to look at the cash flow statement, the profit and loss. You need to know how much debt that other company has. You need to know if you have enough financing. Are you going to need to buy some of the owners out? Are you going to need to buy out some of the employees? Everybody talks about the finances from that point of view. But what a lot of people don't talk about is the intellectual property side. But the intellectual property side of buying a business actually has a huge impact, a huge impact on the bottom line, and it has a huge impact on whether buying that other business is actually a good business decision, whether that's actually going to be profitable, and whether you're actually going to be able to grow that business the way you are planning to do so. And so if I was going to buy someone else's business, there would be at least 3 things that I would want to know about their trademarks before I decided to buy that company. And first, I would want to know, welcome to everyone who's joining. First, I would want to know, have they trademarked? Because if they haven't trademarked, then what's the untold story there? Did they try to trademark, but they couldn't? If that's true, then maybe somebody else already has the trademark. So that would definitely be a red flag. Maybe they never tried to trademark. If that's true, then that means that probably nobody has ever checked to see if that name is actually trademarkable, which means that you don't have assurance that what you're buying is a business instead of a problem. You don't know if one day a cease and desist letter might come walking through your door because someone else is actually already using that name, but you didn't know. So the first thing I would want to know is, have they trademarked? Did they try to trademark, but they failed? So there's an issue there that I need to know about. Or maybe they never trademarked, which means they've never really checked up on this name. They've just been running the business hoping that nothing would go wrong. So that's the first thing that I would want to know. Second thing I would want to know, have they had any issues using this name? Have they ever gotten a trademark strike or complaint against them? Have they ever had to take anything down? Have they gotten any trademark disputes? And if they have, how'd that turn out? Did they win? Did they end up signing a settlement agreement? Settlement agreements, if they did sign a settlement agreement, that can be huge because they might have agreed to some restrictions that you as a new buyer would really want to know about. So for example, maybe you are buying a small-ish clothing line and it's operating in the tri-state area. And maybe your hope is to take that clothing line national. Well, if at some point they signed a settlement agreement saying that they can never expand beyond the tri-state area, that's a problem. Because now you are buying something thinking you're going to take it national, and you don't know they signed a settlement that's going to keep them in the tri-state area. So that's the second thing I want to know. Have you had any issues with this trademark? Have you been in any fights? And did you sign any settlement agreements that might impede my future business plans? And then the third thing that I'd want to know at a minimum is if they have trademarked, if they took the time, they hired a lawyer, they got that registration from the United States Patent and Trademark Office, they dotted the I's, they crossed the T's, here's their registration number. If they have trademarked, then I would want to know, have they been taking care of it? Is that thing up for renewal anytime soon? Am I about to have to pay those renewal and maintenance fees? And if I'd waited another month, maybe you would have paid them. And have they licensed that trademark out? Have they been policing those license agreements? Or are people just out here using the trademark in any kind of way? So I'd want to know, okay, you got the trademark, great. Have you been taking care of it? What do I need to know since I'm about to buy this business and therefore I'm buying the trademarks? What do I need to know about how well you've been taking care of this trademark that I'm about to buy? A lot of people don't realize that or don't think about how when you buy someone else's business, usually the whole point is that you're also buying their intellectual property, their copyrights, their trademarks, maybe even their patents. And people just take for granted, like, wow, I'm buying all this intellectual property. But that's only one part of the story. A very important part of the story is what condition is that intellectual property in? It's like buying a car. You wouldn't say, oh, I want to buy a Mercedes and I don't care what condition it's in. There's a big difference if you're going to buy a used Mercedes in a car that someone has taken care of and they took it in for its regular maintenance and it's still as beautiful as the day they drove it off the lot, and a car that they never put in the garage, they never changed the oil, they had dogs, there's dog fur in the seats. There's a big difference. Yes, they're both Mercedes, but they haven't been cared for the same way. So in the same way, going to buy a business, going to buy a secondhand business or a secondhand company, it's not just a question of do they have the trademarks, it's a question of are they in good condition? Have they been taken care of? Thank you. Someone laughed at the Mercedes joke. Have they been taken care of? Are you buying something that's gently used or that was well taken care of? Or are you buying something that's on its last leg? I have seen this play out in real life. I have seen someone buy a company thinking that they were going to expand it, thinking that they were going to rebrand it and change the logo, only to realize that the company they bought had signed a settlement agreement that put really strict controls around what they couldn't do. So they paid all this money to buy a company and then they couldn't even do what they wanted to do with it. So that's what I want to know about a company's trademarks before I bought it. I would love to know in the comments what you guys want to know or experiences that you have had buying other businesses. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. The Legal Upgrade Podcast is a Bevel Law production. For more information about the Legal Upgrade, you can follow on Instagram at Bevel Law or find even more information on the website bevellaw.com. If you enjoyed the episode, please remember to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. See you next time on the Legal Upgrade Podcast.